Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others, or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.
You know, in the Marvel Avengers, if I ask you which is your favorite character, obviously some will say Iron Man, some will say Thor, some will say Captain America. But there are a select few who would say the Hulk. In fact, if you see the Avengers, the first time they all assemble together, they show Bruce Banner, played by, I can't get his name, Mark Ruffalo. You know, when Scarlet Witch, not Scarlet Witch, what's her name, Romanov or whatever, that female, she's trying to convince him to come. And he's like, okay. But then suddenly he has a movement, and as it is, she convinced him, she came alone. But when he made a sudden movement, everyone came with a gun, and he's like, oh, okay. So, and we were all like waiting, oh, is he going to become the Hulk? In fact, the whole movie, I was waiting, I'm sure many of you were waiting, when will he transform into the Hulk? And that is an epic moment, moment, not movement. Moment in the whole Hulk series. Anytime there is a Hulk movie, we are waiting when he'll transform into the Hulk. We like to see that. Whether it's Edward Norton or Eric Bana, we like to see that version. Now, the question is why? Why do we like to see that transformation? Why? Because it's so incredible to see that, you're bottled up your anger, you're bottled it up, and one fine day, rah, it just comes out. And then when you're pissed off and angry, Hulk smash, break everything. I'm sure deep down, all of us want to be something like the Hulk. You piss me off to a certain limit, and then I'll explode. Honestly speaking, we all have that. And the more cool, calm, composed a person, sometimes even worse, that inner Hulk or whatever. So this fascination has always been there, with you, with me, with everyone. That Hulk. In fact, I remember this movie, BenHur. I've said this example before, stated it. Judah BenHur, when he's rowing the boat, you can Google search on YouTube. BenHur, hate keeps a man alive. Just Google search that. He's rowing, the hero is rowing, he's falsely accused. And he's become a slave now, he's rowing the boat. And this, captain of the boat, the new one, he just walks, he sees everyone. Suddenly he sees this guy, chiseled body and young but fully bearded. Keeps quiet, he takes a whip. And they all are rowing. Suddenly he turns around and whips him. Now generally a slave, when he gets whipped by a Roman, those guys were Jews, you just keep quiet, you stay meek. You say sorry, or you quiver with fear. But this guy, as soon as he got that whip on his back, the actor was Charlton Heston, turns around, he looks at him angry, and then he controls himself. I watched that when I was I think 7 or 8-year-old boy. Who was like, oh wow. And then he says, I see hate in your eyes, 41. Good. This is something to that effect. He says, hate keeps a man alive. Oh, I'll tell you, for a 7-year-old boy who was going through a traumatic experience with his family, and for me, hate keeps a man alive. I don't know how or why, but it registered in my head. Hate keeps a man alive. And then I saw that, he had anger in his eyes. I don't know, it just registered in my heart. Throughout the years, I went through a lot, bullying in the school, bullying in the church, bullying at home by my stepfather. And I was afraid to stand up for myself. But one day, and see, please, before I do give you relay the incident, please don't take this example out of context. Okay, there is no there's no excuse for violence. And remember, your situation is not mine. Your family life is not mine. I'm not you. You're not me. So don't take anything I say out of context. And why I'm giving this warning is because I'm going to tell you what actually happened. Please, huh? Okay. Especially don't do what I did. Okay. Now, what happened was my stepfather, who was very abusive, used to always beat me, hit me. Imagine he used to do this from the age of, I think, 5 or 4, beat me violently until literally blood used to come out, huh? With a rubberized cane. You know, Arabs have this bamboo, very thin, rubbery bamboo. He used to whack my whole body with it. So this continued. I used to think this is how parents discipline their children. What I knew. There's no internet. There's no way to verify all this. So that is how he used to claim. He used to discipline me. For anything, he used to hit me. But this didn't stop even after I was like a teen, 14, 15, 16. It continued. I would take it, I would keep quiet. Those days, I remember, this WWE, Attitude Era. And I was a little crazy about it. And there was this new character on screen called Razor Ramon. Razor Ramon, like, typical walk like a bad guy. And he had the thing, like a clump of hair. He used to make it like together. And he used to hang it in the middle of his forehead. And I had, those days when I had hair, my hair used to come like this, like Wolverine, like it used to come like a V here. Okay. So many times my relatives would say, oh, your hairstyle makes you look like a heart-shaped face. Okay, so I had a V here. Okay. So I made that hair look like this. I went to a barber. Obviously, I could go by myself. I asked him to make my hair all short all over. This area to make it a little long, let it be a little long. So I, the Travolta look. Okay. So he did that. I came home with that hair like this. Okay. I was doing my own thing, doing my own work. My stepfather, out of the blue, came after work and all that, came and asked me something about my studies. I don't even recollect what it was. Then, as we were talking, he saw my hair, and that time I was taller than him. I was here, he's here. Okay, a little taller than him. And I has to go for athletic, has to go for running and all that. Bodybuilding, see Arnold Schwarzenegger's movies, Van Damme, oh, hit me and no pain. So I has to keep quiet. But I was a skinny young man. So as we were talking, he went on abusing me and shouting at me, and I was just like, whatever, let him get over with this. Now all of a sudden, he said, what is this? He saw that ponytail on. I kept quiet. This is not allowed. I kept quiet. This is not allowed. This, that. Finally, what he did is, he went to the kitchen. I didn't know what he was going to do. Went to the kitchen, bought a scissor, saying, this is not allowed. And he grabbed my hair. Huh? Imagine I'm taller than him, and 16-year-old boy, with oozing with testosterone. He grabbed my hair. This is not allowed. And before you know it, he took the scissor and he just chopped my hair like this. Okay. Oh man, I wanted to fucking hit him, man. I really wanted to hit him. My eyes were welling up with tears. I wanted to hit him. And because I couldn't hit him, I broke down and I sobbed. I sobbed uncontrollably. He, got a shock because, normally if you hit me and then I cry, it's different. But he just cut my... And then I told him about how I was being bullied and this and that. I just poured it all out. He felt very ashamed. Huh? He felt very ashamed. My mother was also there, very ashamed. My small brother, all of them. They ended up almost all of them crying. Now you must be saying, "Oh, so what is so bad? What did you do?" I'll tell you. So he apologized, and I don't know if he apologized. I don't know if he apologized, but he said, "Okay, okay, whatever." So then I obviously had to go to the barber again and cut it because now this part he had made short and remaining was looked funny. Fine. But like this, bad habits die hard. This guy, okay, acted stupid and then again acted nice. I thought the thing was over. Lo and behold, after a few days, again started with this drama, irritating me, and I was like, this is crazy, man. And this time I didn't do anything wrong. He went on and he started calling me names. Yeah, I'm a coward. I'm a this. I'm a loser. I'm this. And he said, like how I, cut your hair. I'll put you in place. And okay, now what I'm going to tell you. Let me say it first, and then I'll explain to you whether what I did was right or wrong. Please don't use this example and take it out of context. Okay. So remember, until this, I've never got angry with my stepfather. Never showed even if I got angry, I couldn't show it. So I don't know what the fuck he did. I had earrings, a stud, just one stud. Suddenly, he just, I think, grabbed my hair or something he did. He did something, okay, something to that effect. Again, try to grab the hair. This time, I was not going to keep it. I'll tell you, he grabbed my hair, and for the first time in my life, it just happened. I said, "Bastard, I'll give you." So, I really don't know what came over me. I just said, "Bastard, I'll give you." This guy, the guy who was supposed to be tough, rough, he was standing in front of me. Think I'm here. He used to always like this, like short piddly fuck. He suddenly he got like this, like he actually like almost jumped back, like he got so. And then I'm not exaggerating. My mother came forward. He went and hid behind my mother. He really went and hid behind. He went behind. And my mother came around. What, Lovey? She used to say like Loy instead of Loy, Lovey. Lovey, what you doing? This is your papa. How you can talk like this? How you can do? So I was, I don't know what came over me. I said, don't touch me again. I just told him that. So my mother, what happened? What happened? Why you talking like this? Okay, okay, relax. Okay, you want water? And your papa only says for the good of you, and you should not back answer like this. And he really loves and cares. Gave all that bullshit. Loves, he takes care of me. But let me tell you, after that incident, he never again raised his hand on me. Maybe my mother told him now he's grown up, you can't touch him, whatever. Okay. That was a turning point in my life. Now, please don't do this to your mother and father. Remember, I went through abuse, mental, physical, emotional, and with my other relative, sexual. So, I'm not you. And I had reached the point where I was ready to leave the house, which I did after some time, which I don't recommend you do. So, now why am I sharing all this with you? Why am I sharing all this with you? You see, anger, no? Anger. You need anger. You need anger as a human being. We all feel anger. But the part which you should know is you should know how to channelize it. You should know how to use it to help you succeed. Now, obviously, you're not going to go through your whole life angry and beating up and hitting people, right? Which is a fact. So now, how does this translate to your life? Now comes the main part. Okay. You know my 2011 video where I talk about I wanted to end my life. And day and night, you know, for a person to want to even think like that, you have to really go through a lot. And at 35 or 36, I'd been through so much with so many mistakes, being left alone by the whole world, nobody there for me. I didn't see any point of anything. And yes, obviously, indulging in self pity, feeling sorry for myself, crying alone. I was from Dubai, landed in India, from Mumbai, went to Kerala, Kannur, and I was in this small hotel, cheap one. I remember the lights were all off. Maybe if I go to India, I'll visit that hotel again, just to remember those memories. So sitting there, lights were off. You could see the sunlight a little bit come in the room, so it was not fully dark, but obviously if you close the curtains, it's kind of like no light. So I could see everything, but it was dark. The fan was at the top. Oh, you will not believe how many times the thought came, okay, what should I do? Hang myself? Okay, with a towel or with a blanket? Suffocate myself to death? Not breathe? All those thoughts are coming. I was feeling sorry for myself. And when you feel sorry for yourself, obviously you cry and this and that. And then towards the end, I decided, okay, I'll take a rope and hang myself. But obviously, I needed a rope, right? If you had to hang yourself, you need a rope. Okay. So I said, okay, I'll go down and get a rope. As I was getting a rope and as I was walking and thinking, I got hungry, obviously. You know, in India, there's a cracker called chakuli. It's made of, I think, wheat or maida or something. Wheat, I think. I'm not too sure. Just like a biscuit, salty biscuit. Went had tea. So as I was walking, just thinking, maybe by that time the rope was not in my head, but I just lost. I remember this so clearly. Okay, suddenly a cow passed by me. Okay, I was looking down and walking. You know, there are puddles and all that. You know, in Kerala it rains and sunlight and rain and sunlight. So I was avoiding all the puddles. I was walking like this when suddenly I didn't see this cow. It just came here. This way or this way? I don't know, maybe this way. But I remember it was covered in cow dung. Suddenly it lifted its tail to poop and piss, urinate and cow dung to fall right in front of me. Huh? I got so bloody pissed off. I was like, what the fuck is this, man? So just imagine, I'm going through all this commotion and confusion and anger, and I don't know what I'm going to do with my life, and thinking of a rope, and all of a sudden this idiotic cow comes, or calf or whatever, and is pooping and pissing. I got pissed off. I know it's silly to get pissed off for that, but man, I had bottled up so much inside. I was like, this is fucking shit, you know, this is fucked up. Like, obviously I was not shouting about this, but I was so angry. I said, this is fucked up. I'm not going to take life like this, you know. I'm not going to take this shit. I'm not going to, you know, literally, figuratively, shit. I'm not going to take this anymore. I was pissed off and angry. I was like, what the fuck is this, man? Like, maybe in my head I was thinking, even the cow doesn't respect me. You know, even forget human beings. Even an animal doesn't respect. So I'm not going to take this shit anymore. I was fuming, and I don't know, my pace quickened, and I went to the room, and I don't know, it just blank. I don't remember. And obviously, I think a laptop. I was just typing something there. Some cheap laptop I had. Not too sure what it was. But that very moment that I got triggered, there was, you know, it was more like I was tired of crying. I was tired of feeling pity for myself. I was just pissed off, man. All that sadness, all that disappointment became this anger that fueled me. I was like, no more Mr. Nice Guy, no more Mr. Good Guy. Fucking hell, man. and I carried it on. And I would say that very thanks to that cow. I know you'll say God came and shit and piss in front of you. Yeah, whatever. It helped me land back in UAE. Now, today, obviously, I don't have any cows passing by and shitting and pissing, but it's not that I don't feel angry. I do feel angry. And this anger is not like, you argue with your partner or your baby does something. No. I'm talking of when life hits you and puts you down, knocks you down, knocks you out, you fall down or you make a mistake, or you trust someone and they cheat you and you question what's the purpose of life. I'm talking of those moments, man, where something really painful happens. And to be honest with you, I'm glad these moments happen because then it wakes you up. Otherwise, if life is perfect and nice and sweet and happy go lucky, you'll not be focused. The Roman Empire, the greatest empire in the world, crashed and burned. Why? Because they were in their comfort zone. Wine, women, money, luxury. They lost their fire. They lost the very essence of what made them great. So for me, every time there's a failure, every time there's a disappointment, I also go through it. It just bottles up inside. And like these incidents now, from the childhood to, I give one specific incident. Whenever there is something bad that happens in my life or anything that is painful, I remind myself these incidents. It's all about channelizing your anger, self pity, feeling sorry for yourself, crying, this, that. It's not going to help you. You need to be focused. And yes, I'll tell you, as long as this anger is there, this dissatisfaction, this burning rage, you'll always be alert and focused. You'll not give up. I don't know whether it's adrenaline or testosterone or it's a manly thing or whatever, but I can tell you this: man or woman, if you have anger and rage within and you know how to channelize it and it remains, you'll be one tough son of a bitch. And that's what I'm glad I am. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you. And this is what I wanted to tell you. So if you're feeling down, if you're sad, if you are going through disappointments, if life is throwing curveballs at you and you can't take it, stop this crying business. Stop this self-pity. Just have this anger, this rage. But remember, you either have it or you don't. Can't fake it. Like the Hulk, in the movie. And later on Avengers, the guy says, come on, bring the Hulk out, towards the last two episodes, the Hulk doesn't come out. He's trying, the Hulk doesn't come out. So you can't fake it. Either you have it or you don't. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Good, bad, ugly. Love to hear from you. This is me signing off. You guys take care. Ciao.